Thank you. Thank you. You know, your host, you need to invite them, because if they decide we are not going to drink any tea from here, we are not going to drink. So it's better we clap very well, right? All right. That's the one who has stood is Dean Guiping. He's the CEO of Hong Kong International Exhibition Company. They are our hosts today. All right. So another guest is the Principal Secretary, State Department for Agriculture, who is the chief guest, and that is Dr. Kiprono Rono. Paul, you can kindly rise up and wave. Yes. So unaona hapo mmeclap, mnajua kwa nini. So that is, he will be our chief guest today. He'll be giving his remarks later on. And also we have His Excellency Ambassador Demeke Adnafu, who is the Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Ethiopia in Nairobi. A clap for him as well. Yes, those are the people who are going to be addressing us today. And in case of any other people, we are going to be introducing them even as the event continues. All right, so let's get to business. Tito Mutai, is the CEO of Agri-Africa Exhibition Limited, is going to be giving his remarks at this moment. Let's clap for him even as he works.
I don't know if it's... Okay, testing. Thank you very much. PS, State Department of Agriculture, Dr. Kiprono Rono, Ambassador Demeke, Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Ethiopia, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Yeah. On behalf of Agri-Africa Exhibition Limited, our co-organizers, Hunan Hongxing Exhibition Company Limited, and with the leadership of the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, I warmly welcome you to this breakfast briefing. I would like to thank all of you for your time to join us this morning. I would like to acknowledge that your presence reflects the shared interest that we have in unlocking Africa's immense agricultural potential. And to just say that today's session is part of our preparations for the 2025 Africa International Agricultural Exhibition that will be held in October 28th to 31st at the KICC, Nairobi. Sorry about this. Yeah, my name is Tito Mutai, and I am the CEO of Agri-Africa Exhibition. And the purpose of this session is just to provide a high-level overview of the 2025 Africa International Agricultural Expo and to explore how we can collaborate in this upcoming exhibition. Just to mention that Agri-Africa is the organizer of this event in partnership with Hunan Hongxing International Exhibition Company Limited, our international partners from China, and that we have leadership from the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development. And really thank you very much, Dr. Kiprono Rono, for your presence and for the support that you've given us. We also have support units such as KNCCI, who have been a great support, and I would acknowledge the support that they've given us, even at the inception of the partnership that we had with Hongxing. And this was, the collaboration was also supported by the KNCCI China office. We also have the China Africa Economic and Trade Promotion Council. We have the Tea Board of Kenya, Kenya Airways, and among others, just to mention a few. So the theme for this exhibition, as I had mentioned, is to improve agricultural productivity through innovation and market access. And we want to address Africa's agricultural. We have quite a number of organizations such as the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, World Bank, the African Development Bank, organizations that have given us verifiable statistics that we can use to just demonstrate, that we can use to tell what is the potential that the African agriculture has. Some of the statistics, just to give a few, is you can look at 60% of Africa's agriculture, 60% of the world cultivated agricultural land is in Africa. Even in Kenya, when you look at the contribution of GDP from agriculture as 22.5%, it shows that there is great potential in this sector. We look at a multi-stakeholder approach where we are linking government, private sector, innovators, financiers, and producers. And just to move to the next step, where I will talk about what to expect, we've broken down this exhibition into 8 major pillars. And one of the pillars is innovation and smart agriculture, market access and regional trade, agricultural logistics and infrastructure, climate smart and sustainable agriculture, urban agriculture and food systems, agri-fintech and investment, youth and women in agribusiness, and One Health approach where we are looking at interlinking agriculture and environment and public health. So these are the key pillars that guide us in which are the companies that we are approaching and what are some of the key areas that we want to address in this upcoming exhibition. So who will be in this exhibition? We are looking at government institutions, agribusinesses and cooperatives, farmers and producers, financial institutions and investors, youth and women-led enterprises, research and academic institutions, and thank you very much, the Vice Chancellor of East Africa University, for your presence. Developmental partners and NGOs and embassies and trade missions. How do we want to engage you and how do we want you to engage us? Is through exhibiting your company in our exhibition by booking an exhibition spot or a pavilion, sponsor a seminar session in any of the topics that and the key areas that we've just talked about. Lead workshop panels. We will have workshops, 2 parallel workshops on the 3rd day of the event, and we would like any of your organizations to pick one of the panel days and host a panel host a workshop discussion. We also want mobilization of delegations. I understand that we have the presence of various trade missions and commissions, and we would like to have your contribution in terms of organizing international delegations to our event. We will also host side events, and we also want to collaborate with the organizations that are here, such as media, in coming up with reports, communiques, and post-event publications. We look at the role of government and institutions and embassies because I recognize embassies present and also the government in terms of government to co-host high-level forums and policy panels, showcasing programs and parastatals through official booths, mobilizing counties and affiliated agencies, aligning the expo outcomes with national development strategies, and for the trade missions to coordinate national or regional pavilions, mobilize agribusiness delegations and investors, facilitate business-to-business meetings and trade missions, organizing side events or national receptions. Of course, in order for us to achieve our objectives and goals for this exhibition, we need to have your contributions, both with your presence and also financially. So we have our floor plan. If I can just zoom through it, we are taking both the KICC Savo Ballroom and also the KICC Courtyard, which we intend to fill it. It is, I would also just, in when my partner, Mr. Ding Guting, will mention to you that we have quite a number of companies that are coming from China, expect the exhibition spaces to be full because over 50% will be filled by Chinese companies for sure. We have our exhibition packages, which I will share with the interested parties who want to book the space and also to sponsor the event. Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm having trouble using the laptop to play the presentation. But that is just a brief overview of the introduction to the exhibition. And really, Agri-Africa, I would like to reiterate, is not the solution to the problems and challenges that agriculture is facing. We are building a platform that we're inviting all of you to be part of. And we can now come up with solutions together. So that is the spirit with which Agri-Africa is built on. Building a platform where all of us will use to interact and come up with solutions that the agriculture sector faces. In the interest of time, I would like to end my remarks there and invite Mr. Ding Guting just for 5 minutes remarks.
Jambo, habari ya asubuhi. 尊敬的各位领导、各位嘉宾、企业家代表、新闻界的朋友们，大家上午好。衷心的感谢大家在百忙之中莅临出席非洲国际农业博览会早餐发布会。同时也非常感谢各位领导嘉宾对本次农业博览会在肯亚的举办给予大力的关心和大力的推动。
Distinguished leaders and guests, scholars and experts, representatives from business association and enterprises, friends from the media, good morning.
Good morning.
I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend the breakfast launch of the Africa International Agriculture Expo. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to all the leaders and guests who have shown their strong support and encouragement for the hosting of the expo in Kenya.
红星集团作为国家级农业化产业龙头企业，主要涵盖农业流通、农产品加工、房地产、金融、会展5个领域。近年来，集团积极拓展中非经贸合作，肯尼亚鲜花、牛油果、南非苹果等产品已开展合作并落地红星全球农批中心。旗下红星会展连续4届深度参与执行2019年至2025年在长沙举办的中非经贸博览会。2024年执行了中非经贸博览会首次走进非洲会展活动，高质量完成了肯尼亚、尼日利亚2场专场活动的总体执行工作，在非洲引起强烈反响，取得丰硕成果。
Hoshi Group, as a national recognized leading enterprises in agriculture industrialization, operates across 5 main sectors: agriculture products circulation, agriculture processing, real estate, finance, and exhibition. In recent years, the group has actively expanded China-Africa economic and trade collaboration. Products such as Kenya flowers and avocados, as well as South African apples, have already been introduced into the Hongshin Global Agriculture Wholesale Center. Our branch company, Hongshin International Exhibition, have been deeply involved in organizing 4 continuing sessions of the China-Africa Economic and Trade Expo held in Changsha from 2019 to 2025. In 2024, we successfully excluded the first China-Africa-based exhibition event under the China-Africa Economic and Trade Expo banner, with dedicated sessions held in Kenya and Nigeria. This event received enthusiastic responses across the continent and achieved fruitful results.
红星会展因有自有的会展场馆中心，连续举办了25届中国中部农业博览会的自办展，展览面积12万平方，参展企业5000多家。2025年，红星集团在肯尼亚内罗毕设立非洲代表处，并与 S 集团共同成立红星闪耀非洲国际有限公司，以非展先行，展贸融合，以展出贸，以贸出头，致力于打造中国与非洲农业全产业链的合作桥梁。本次农业博览会就是以中非展贸融合战略的一次重要的落地实践。
Additionally, Hongqi Group owns a major convention and exhibition center and independently organized the Central China Agriculture Expo, which has been successfully held for continuing 25 years, covering an exhibition area of 112,000 square meters and attracting over 5,000 exhibitors. In 2025, Hongqi Group established its Africa Representatives Office in Nairobi and joint funded with S Group, the Hongxin Sparkling Africa International Company, guided by the strategy of exhibition-led trade and exhibition with commerce and trade-promoted investments. We are committed to building a comprehensive bridge for food-chain agricultural collaboration between China and Africa. This Agriculture Expo represents a significant implementation of our China-Africa exhibition and trade integration strategy.
举办非洲国际农业博览会，就是聚焦落实习近平主席在2024年中非合作论坛北京峰会上的主旨演讲精神，及中非携手推进现代化10大伙伴行动。本次农业博览会由红星会展与农业非洲会展公司 TITO 联合主办，得到肯尼亚农业部和畜牧业发展部、肯尼亚驻华大使和中国驻肯尼亚使馆的高度关注和支持。中国有20多家单位和机构出具支持函，以汇聚全球智慧，助力非洲农业现代化为主题，将于今年10月28日至31日在肯尼亚内罗毕 KICC 举办。本次博览会在突出经贸实效展会影响力上，主要有3个方面的特点。
The hosting of the Africa International Agriculture Expo is a focused action to implement the key points of President Xi Jinping's keynote speech at the 2024 FOCAC Beijing Summit, and to contribute the 10 major partnerships for China-Africa modernization. The expo is co-hosted by Hongxin International Exhibition and Agri-Africa Exhibition Company, with strong support from the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development of Kenya, the Embassy of Kenya in China, and the Chinese Embassy in Kenya. Over 20 Chinese institutions and organizations have issued letters of support, with the theme gathering global wisdom to advance agricultural modernization in Africa. The expo will take place from October 28 to 31, 2025 at KICC in Nairobi, Kenya. This year's expo will focus on trade outcomes and exhibition influence, and will be characteristic by 3 main features.
一是将邀请多国别参与，设立多个专业展区的展览展示。本届农博会规划展览面积2万平方，邀请参展国别达17个，参展商达200多家，其中中国展商预计近100家企业参展，设立农业技术、农业机械装备、农业生产资料、动保畜药、农产品加工、跨境电商、国际等领域专题展区。
The first one is for international participation with thematic exhibition zones. This year's expos will cover an exhibition area of 20,000 square meters, with participation expecting from 70 countries and approximately 200 exhibitors, including nearly 100 Chinese companies. The exhibition will feature dedicated zones for agriculture technology, machinery, equipment, production inputs, veterinary, agriculture product processing, cross-border economics, and international cooperation.
二是组织多层次、多场次的精准的经贸活动。一方面，精心策划好开幕式及全球农业发展大会、中非农业科技产业合作等农业技术研讨会。同期还将围绕动保修药、农机、茶叶生产资料等行业专业组织开展专场对接会和考察活动，形成项目落地和贸易的合作。另一方面是积极争取2025中肯文化旅游季系列活动的中肯动漫电影节、世界中餐美食大赛、非洲赛区纳入到农博会同期同地主办，推动文化交流与展贸的联动。
Two is multi-level, multi-session target trade events. On one hand, we will carefully organize key events such as the opening ceremony and Global Agricultural Development Conference, the China-Africa Agriculture Technology and Industry Collaboration Forum, as well as theme session and field visits focused on veterinary, agricultural machinery, seed and production materials, all aimed at facility project implementation and trade partnerships. On the other hand, we are actively seeking to integrate the export with cultural activities under the 2025 China-Kenya Culture and Tourism Season, such as the China-Kenya Animation and Film Festival and the World Chinese Cuisine Competition, Africa region, to foster cultural exchange alongside trade development.
三是推动多渠道、多形式的宣传报道，着力提高大会影响力、办会的创新点、多方的参与度，在推动国际会展、拓展中非合作等方面作出示范，加强境内外知名媒体的合作，用好新媒体渠道，着力扩大博览会的全球范围的影响力，秉承帮助实效、帮助影响的理念，全力以赴做好宣传报道、会务接待、服务保障等工作，让广大展商、客商情绪而来，满载而归。
Three, multi-channel and multi-format publicity campaign. We will enhance the export's visibility and influence through diverse and innovation communication strategies, encouraging extensive international participation and showcasing best practice in organizing high-impact trade events. By strategizing collaboration with well-known domestic and international media outlets and leveraging new media platforms, we aim to significantly expand the global reach of the export, adhering to the principle of delivering tangible results and impactful influence. We will spare no efforts in organizing publicity, event coordination, and hospitality service to ensure that all participants come with high expectation and leave with fruitful outcomes.
女士们、先生们、朋友们，中国有句古语：“交得其道，千里同好。”非洲也有句谚语：“同路人才是真朋友。”在此，诚挚地邀请各界人士积极参与非洲国际农业博览会。我们相信，在各方的关心和支持下，本届博览会一定会办成一次深化农业合作、推动农业发展的盛会，一次富有成效的中非农业合作的盛会，为助力非洲农业现代化做出新的贡献。
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, there is a Chinese saying, when friendship is guided by the right principles, distance cannot keep people apart. Similarly, an African proverb says, a companion on the journey is a true friend. We sincerely invite friends from all the sections to actively participate in the Africa International Agriculture Expo. With your support and engagement, we are confident this expo will become a grand occasion for advancing agricultural collaboration and development, and the landmark event for strengthening China-Africa agriculture partnerships, contributing meaningful to the modernization of Africa agriculture.
最后，祝各位领导和嘉宾工作顺利，身体健康，家庭幸福。期待与各位嘉宾朋友们10月相聚在肯尼亚内罗毕，共襄盛会。谢谢大家。Asante sana.
I wish all distinguished guests great success in your work, good health and happiness in your family and life. We look forward to welcome you to Nairobi this October to join us for the remarkable event. Thank you all. Thank you.
I'm going to try and say sheshe. Yes. Thank you so much for that. That is Ding Guiping, who is the CEO, Hongjing International Exhibition Company Limited. All right, so we're going to be moving to our next speakers. We have His Excellency Ambassador Demeke Aknafu, who is the Deputy Head of Mission, Embassy of Ethiopia in Nairobi, Intra-Africa Trade and Cooperation. And he's going to, after his remarks, he's going to be welcoming Dr. Kiprono Rono Paul, who is the Principal Secretary, State Department for Agriculture. And after Rono speaks, he's going to be getting some questions from the media just on this particular corner, so don't go too far. All right, so right now we have His Excellency Ambassador Demeke Aknafu. Let's round of applause for Demeke Aknafu.
Honorable Principal Secretary for State Department for Agriculture, all protocols observed, distinguished participants, good morning.
Good morning.
Let me at the outset extend my sincere gratitude for organizer of this important meeting and the exhibition, especially to the CEO of Africa Agri for inviting our embassy not only to participate in the upcoming exhibition, but to make a remark today at this important meeting. Today I'm going to speak not too much about inter-African trade. It is all well now, but I'll pass a remark and brief you about what opportunity exists, especially in trade and investment in the agricultural sector in Ethiopia, as a show cause enhancing inter-African trade in agriculture as well. As you know very well, given the current international trade, which is becoming unpredictable and changing continuously, the necessity of enhancing and boosting and further expanding inter-Africa trade is a time of calling. It is not a choice for us now, when given the international, extremely changing and unpredictable international trade and economic cooperation. Cooperating among ourselves is a necessity, now becoming a necessity. So what is expected from us today is to look inside each country, what potentials exists within the country, with our neighbors, with our sub-regions, regions, and the continent. Then we have to, in this way, we have to increase, boost, spur our inter-Africa trade. As a continent, yes, first we have to trade with our neighbors, with sub-regions. Then we have to go to scale up to that of the continent as well. We are African continental free trade area. We have to expand it, we have to boost it in order to diversify our trade among ourselves. There are serious barriers, both tariff and non-tariff barriers. The first is dependence on the exports, lack of diversification, inappropriate infrastructure and connectivity among ourselves, poor logistics, poor trade, and high security, and it goes on the list. So we have to move that list into barriers, enhance our investment in connectivity, infrastructure connectivity, in order to increase trade among ourselves, and at the same time enhance our legislative and regulatory and logistic frameworks. By doing so, we have to expand our inter-Africa trade. Now, inter-Africa trade, when the African continental free trade area, it's now about 15% where we are trading among ourselves. It is must, it is a necessity for us to trade among ourselves. First, among our neighbors, seize the opportunity, Ethiopia and Kenya. What opportunity exists for the Kenyan products in Ethiopia, for Ethiopians in Kenya? Then it goes like that. It is time of calling for us to look among ourselves, see what opportunity exists in each other countries. That is why the upcoming Expo is very important for us to showcase, to learn what is existing in each other countries' opportunity, to foster trade among ourselves, and to expand inter-African trade. Having said that, what is opportunity existing in Ethiopia? Agriculture is one of the critical pillars of the Ethiopian economy. Why? It contributes 32.5% of GDP in Ethiopia. It contributes employment for 75% of Ethiopians. Agriculture is contributing 80% of Ethiopian exports, our exports. It is very critical to achieve food security, and food sovereignty is very important. And it is again the major source of raw material for manufacturing sectors. Then what potentials exist in Ethiopia? We have about 75 million hectares of land suitable for agriculture. This year, we have already cultivated 32 million hectares of land. Ethiopia is known as the water source of Africa, very rich. Now we have started utilizing our waters for irrigation. As today, we are building more than 100 dams in small and medium rivers in Ethiopia. Third potential, we have varied topography, agroecologic zones, and climate zones. In Ethiopia, there are 18 major agroecologic zones and 49 sub-agroecologic zones. Means you can produce whatever agricultural product. More than 26 crops can be produced in Ethiopia. The major cereals, pulses, oilseeds, fruits, vegetables, coffee, the list continues going on. So these are the potentials existing in Ethiopia. Ethiopia now becomes the first in Africa in coffee production and the sixth in the world. Now we are going to take over Indonesia this year. We are going to be the fifth. You know, in 2024, Ethiopia earned 2.6 billion from export of coffee. 2.6 billion from export of coffee. Ethiopia is the first largest producer of wheat in Africa. 3 years back, we are importing close to 1 billion wheat. The government took a measure. We have started using irrigation, mechanization, and smart technology seeds using cluster farming. We stopped importing, and now we are the net exporter of wheat, the largest in Africa. Ethiopia is the second largest exporter of cut flowers. The list continues, even honey. Ethiopia is being regarded as land of liquid gold because of the honey availability. Not only in agricultural sector, livestock. Ethiopia is the first in Africa and the 10th when it comes to the population of livestock. We have more than 70 million cattle, close to 60 million sheep, close to 50 million goats. But we have to use it. So, why Ethiopia then? For trade, we are looking for you to come do trade in agriculture and livestock. To come in the Ethiopia, invest in Ethiopia. One for commercial farming. Suitable, huge hectares of land. Now hectares of land are waiting for commercial farming in Ethiopia. We have 4 integrated agro-processing industrial parks for those who are coming to process food processing, agricultural, agro-processing and food processing. Why? Number one, favorable market. Ethiopia is the second largest market in Africa, 130 plus million. It is huge domestic customer market. If you come and produce in Ethiopia agriculture, there is 130 million customers. If you want to come and sell in Ethiopia, 130 million customers. And the second is a sustained and resilient economy. In this year, Ethiopian economies have registered 8.6% growth, GDP growth. Last year, it is 8.1. Even during the COVID, we have registered 6.5% growth. Steadily growing economy is another reason. Not only that, we have in 2024 had attracted 4 billion FDI. And the most important is the commitment of the government and government macroeconomic reforms. Ethiopia is a country never colonized. We have never opened up our market for foreigners. Since our new government prime minister came, we started opening up the Ethiopian economy. The first is telecom sector. The telecommunication sector had been of government and restricted only for domestic for more than 120 years. 3 years back, we opened up. And the first to step in is Safaricom, Safaricom is the first to step in telecommunication sector. Within 1.5 years, today Safaricom has 10 million subscribers. 10 million. Safaricom has invested 1.2 billion. They have also started M-Pesa in Ethiopia. 10.9 million M-Pesa users nowadays. The second sector, which is closed for foreigners, restricted for domestic, is the banking sector. Now we open up the banking, the financial sector. The Equity and the KCB Bank had opened up in Addis, Ethiopia office in Addis, waiting for the government regulation to open up for 3 years. Now the government is open up, and we are hoping that, like telecommunication, the Kenyan banks are going to be the first to set up in Ethiopia because it is 130 million population, we have only 33 domestic banks, no foreign banks. The third sector is trade. Trade is restricted, both export and import is restricted only for domestic. Now we open up export and import trade for foreigners. We are looking for Kenyans. Our telecommunication, the Kenyan banks are going to come to the first, come and invest in trade, export and import. And the other is we open up the floated, the financial sector, the foreign currency exit. Last year, we exported 8.6 billion. Our export was 4 billion. It doubled. And 80% of our export is from agricultural sector. A remittance, we received 7 billion. It was 4 billion. 1 year. FDI, 4 billion. We received 32 billion foreign exchange early in 2024. 10 billion plus. So this is opportunity existing for Ethiopia, for you to come and not only invest, trade in Ethiopia, in export trade, import trade, in agricultural sector, and look forward to see you in the upcoming expo. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, very, very passionate. Amesegina Lehu, thank you so much. Yes, I think that is thank you for that in Amharic. All right, so before we get to the chief guest, we have one of the people who we cannot not welcome. We're going to welcome the CEO, Kenya Tea Board. Thank you so much. Clap for the CEO, Kenya Tea Board, who's going to be giving us some remarks. And after he gives the remarks, he's now going to be welcoming our chief guest. Thank you so much for listening.
Good morning. Our PS Dr. Kubrono, the State Department of Agriculture, Deputy Ambassador from Ethiopia, the CEOs present, and all protocol staff. Mine is only to welcome you to this event. We are partnering with the African International Agri-Expo. Kenya is a regulatory agent under the Ministry of Agriculture. And our role is very specific. We regulate, we develop, promote and market Kenya teas. Our client base in terms of the manufacturing factories is we have 145 tea manufacturing factories with a production of 598 million kilos. And we have 102 tea exporters which export to the various markets. And to zero in the potential opportunities that are in this country, we have the opportunities for the FDIs who can back and export in the Republic of Kenya. Our licenses are very cheap. It's like we are giving you for free. Getting a license to manufacture tea is 10,000 Kenya shillings. To own a factory of 1 billion, Kenya has made it to be so cheap. We only evaluate you based on the available capacity. To pack tea, we only give you a license of 5,000 Kenya shillings. To pack any FDI, we don't charge excess. To export tea again, our license is 25,000 Kenya shillings. So wherever you are in the whole world, there's that big opportunity. In terms of the potential opportunity, I think our Deputy Ambassador from Ethiopia has confirmed that the potential uptake for tea in Africa is around 554 million. So if we concentrate, I think as Tea Board, all the teas that we produce, we have enough market in Africa. The other countries can miss. If we agree with 1 kilo each per household, based on the population which is in Africa, we can easily clear the Kenya teas. So what I'm urging you, for those who want to apply and pack and sell, that is around 13 countries. I have not mentioned all the countries in Africa. I allocated Ethiopia 117 million kilos based on their people. So they can easily, if they consume our teas and we consume their coffee, I think we can easily what we are producing. It's not enough for other countries. So there is a huge potential what we produce within the tea board of Kenya to declare they will be exhibiting in this forum to meet the people from all over the world. There is also the uptake for the technologies. For the Chinese who will come, they will still make a deal in terms of selling the technologies. Again, there is opportunities of those companies selling the teas for the China market. The last part, what appears is through this company, we were able to participate in Kunshan's something expo recently, I think 1 month ago. And the companies that they participated were 20, and we were given free booths in China. And the good news is the people who participated there, including Shomo, they were able to sell the teas that they have been selling at $7 at around $30 per kilo. And they clear what they were carrying in their pockets. That means for the young guys in Kenya who want to pack tea, you can only concentrate in one province in China, and you can make, like that province is 450 million people. So meaning you can again uptake whatever that you produce from all the factories in Kenya and sell in one province in China. So there's a huge opportunity again if we operate with the group that they were organizing for us, the company from China, which is was part assisting us to have that expo. And I think we will also be participating fully. So I think with those few remarks, I don't want to take much of your time. We invite our chief guest to raise a key remarks, then we will be having an interactive session. Karibu Bwana PS.
Have your seat, please. It is a breakfast event. Remember, so it's almost 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock, 9:30. Ladies and gentlemen, let me first of all recognize this great team who has made sure that we are here today. The Agri-Africa Exhibition Limited, in partnership with Ozin International Exhibition, Mr. Tito, and my friend, Mr. Hus Hongsin.
Yes.
No, or grouping. Which one is it? Then, the ambassador, the ambassador of Ethiopia. We have really talked and in a very broad way in terms of marketing. The other guests invited from the ministry and from government and from private sector, the team from the media, all this team here before me who made sure that they made today event colorful and they are ready to go the next journey with all of us. Good morning. Good morning. Ambassador, when you were talking, I was thinking about Ethiopia. You say you were never colonized. You were colonized. You say you are 30 million people. We are almost half that number. But you have really demonstrated quite a number of innovative ideas and plans to make sure that the sector of agriculture and other chain sectors working together has taken your country to the level where you are. I really appreciate that message. The team from China, welcome. This is Kenya. You look very familiar. And ladies and gentlemen, and the team from the industry, and the young people, the innovators, and the Gen Zs who are here. I believe this morning engagement to plan for the big event in October has come at the right time, so that as a ministry and as a sector and as industry, together with the organizers of this event, we make sure that we put our best foot forward as we plan for this 3-day exhibition under the Agri-Africa International Agriculture Expo, which is planned for October. It is an event that brings together the very best of our agricultural expertise, technological prowess, and shared aspiration for a more food secure, prosperous, and sustainable Africa. When you look at the population of Africa, it is good to talk about numbers so that we know why we are planning in a smart way. The population of Africa is close to 1.5 billion, and the world population is around 8.2 billion. So Africa, in terms of space and strength, in terms of mouth to be fed by agriculture, you are talking about close to 18 to 20% of the world mouths to be fed. And that is not a small number, given that Africa is growing. Africa is also waking up. Africa has resources. Africa has a good plan. That means the future for Africa is very bright. And that is why when we meet a day like today to plan for this event, we reflect on the dotted lines which we must make sure that we put together so that we have our great Africa remain great and participate with other partners of the world to make sure that we have a changed world which is well fed. At the onset, allow me to appreciate all participants. We have found time to attend this event and further organize the ministry's fruitful partnership with Agri-Africa during the last event of 2023, which was very successful at KICC, and it really attracted over 7,000 participants. This event, we expect almost double participants for this event, which Kenya is pleased to host and provide that African leadership in agriculture. My friend from Ethiopia, yes, Kenya is there, Ethiopia is there, but also that is good. But at least in athletics, we are also leading. I think you can, that one you cannot take it away from us. In numbers in population, we may not be that to 130 million. But in athletics, we normally see, and it is very fair play. I was just giving you a very fair play that we normally lead. With that very fair play, we also lead in tea. Not only in Africa, but in the world when it comes to the tea exhibition. It is only found in Kenya. The largest tea exhibition, because Kenya lead Africa in tea. We became the net exporter of tea several years ago, and the rest of Africa follow us on that other than renowned athlete. That is a fact. As we move to other areas which are great for us, it is very important as African leaders, every other time we meet, to really look at our strength, which can make us strong and put up sustainable mechanisms for our future generation as leaders for the present. I would also like to reaffirm the ministry's commitment in supporting this great event. We are aligned in terms of our program for government. And this event is not just by chance that it is organized this way in Kenya. We have over 23 bilateral agreements with the Republic of China on matters agriculture. And this event is an event which will address some of the key initiatives towards achieving the signed bilateral agreement, so that we have a great joint relationship in terms of export and import between Kenya, Africa, and the world. Ladies and gentlemen, at this expo, when you saw from the presentation by Tito, it talks about things we must do. And as African leaders, we need to ensure that we act on our talks. We'll be looking at real innovation. When you look at the theme for the innovation, it is improving agricultural productivity in Africa through innovation and market access. The boxes which were highlighted during the presentation by Tito talk about innovation, talk about youth, talk about agribusiness, talk about women. It also talk about climate change, and also highlighted the real productivity which we need to make sure that we have produce to discuss about market. But it is not by chance that we have our transport agency here, Kenya Airways. I hope you are here. KQ, are you alive? Yes. Thank you. We cannot achieve so much unless our transport network, especially the international airlines like KQ, which is the pride of Africa, is there to bring our guests to Kenya, take our guests out of Kenya and out of Africa to the rest of the world. And the rest of the network joining Africa. The many corridors which the African countries are building are to ensure that we continue improving on what we do best, which is agriculture, sell it well, and do value addition, so that we have a better tomorrow for our people. As host Kenya, as a host nation, Kenya is honored to facilitate this milestone with strong government support, vibrant research and development centers, progressive agricultural universities. You have seen Jomo Kenyatta University. We have Egerton University and other universities and defects which support agriculture. And the ecosystem of the private sector, the startups, the NGOs, and the policymakers, we actually offer a fertile ground for meaningful discussion and valuable partnership in agriculture. As a matter of fact, when it comes to real innovation and talking innovation and doing innovation, Kenya is leading in Africa. Kenya is a country with youthful population, very vibrant, daring, risk takers, and they can innovate, not only for Kenya, but for Africa. Kenya remains a hub when it comes to technology. We are talking about a hub of close to 8 fiber optic network, a hub for young people. And that is why Kenya has remained a center of excellence in terms of digitization of farmers' registers. To ensure that our farmers are known where they are, the activities they do, at the same time, the required intervention so that they are more productive. That is Kenya. Kenya is known. If you need very innovative guys, young ladies and gentlemen, if you are in Africa, please come to Kenya. And if you don't come to Kenya, they will come for you. They are also all over. And that is the more reason that we are proud and happy on that day of October to receive over 15,000 participants and sign, where possible, bilateral agreement for business trade. It will be a day and a week of networking, trade mission, a week of discussion, a week of trying to address some of the challenges facing Africa agricultural sector, and a week of meeting new friends for business. I would like to recognize the agricultural stakeholders, our great people, the farmers, and the organization, the entrepreneurs, the research entities, and the technology providers who have really propelled our sector towards a very resilient and competitive sector. For your information, outside Africa, Kenya provides leadership in agriculture. That you should know. Outside Africa, Kenya is renowned as a country with great potential on agricultural innovation, potential on over 34 value chain, among them tea, coffee, cotton, paretram, sugarcane, and the list continues. So the 2025 Expo is a match springboard for innovation and that knowledge sharing. During the Expo, exhibitors will showcase their breakthroughs in various technologies such as precision irrigation, post-harvest management, agricultural financing, value addition for a climate resilient future. Yes, we are hit hard by matters to do with climate change. As an African country, we are also lucky because our climate in terms of extremists are very little experienced in Africa. But we have a challenge when it comes to land utilization. As a country, Kenya, we have noted this concern because 30% of Kenya is arable. The rest is very fertile, very fertile, but just lack infrastructure to do with water. And on that day, during our meeting, during the exhibition, we'll be more than willing as a country to share ideas on how we can meet with investors who can assist us in terms of irrigating the arable land, because we have close to 1.7 million hectares of land ready for farming, but it just lacks irrigation infrastructure. We put up a plan to attract investors under land commercialization initiative who can assist us to be net importers of rice or wheat like Ethiopia. I heard you very well. And I was saying, I want to listen to you more. Or now you are a net importer of wheat. Yet, We produce only 8% of our wheat. We produce only 20% of our rice. It's a day, a week to make decision to assist us as a nation to move forward. As African leaders, we must continue to invest in research and agricultural education. Kenya, ladies and gentlemen, we have the best universities. I know professor is here. When it comes to seed, we are leading in Africa in what is called seed bank. We've been classified and mandated to be the African country who will coordinate production of certified seed variety in number, high productivity, climate proof, and also disease resilient. That is Kenya as a seed bank for Africa, and we run the seed trade. We have Cultural as an institution which is leading Africa to produce the certified seed. You can talk and talk, ladies and gentlemen, in terms of agriculture, but without seeds and certified seeds, the talk will just end in the talk. So we encourage countries, partners, and affiliated agencies, also under the Ministry of Agriculture. I know they could have been here, but there are many numbers, our ministry. But he sent me and a small team here from tea. But we have a big team for that big participation, so that we can show the world what we have on maize. That is the day we show the world that we have really produced this time round. Not only the highest number of maize in volume, but the best in quality. We will also engage to discuss about the fertilizers we require. As you know that Kenya is leading the rest of Africa in what is called the agriculture, the fertilizer and soil health declaration, the summit. And we are that country who on that day will also show where Africa is in soil health and use of fertilizers. Because it was discovered that part of the problem we have in Africa is the type of fertilizers we use, our soil structure and health, and the type of agribusiness we also practice. As I end, ladies and gentlemen, let me not forget that Africa, we are also somehow having a challenge and being behind in Africa because of value addition. Most of our produce as an African nation or continent, sometimes we sell our produce without value addition and we sell it at a very low price or it fetch low earnings. On that event, we'll be happy to see how best can we do value addition. What machineries are there for mechanization so that we expand our production. On that event, we'll also be looking at what other partnership do we need to put in place as African nation so that we share knowledge, share resources as we move forward. As I conclude, I'm confident that this event of 2025 will be a milestone event, not only for Kenya but for Africa's agricultural transformation agenda. I look forward to transformative partnership and a brighter food secure future for the people of Africa. Asanteni sana.
Nice, thank you so much. A round of applause for him again. That is the Principal Secretary, State Department for Agriculture. And you know, when you hear him speaking, the way he's speaking about the soil health, the certified seeds that we are supposed to have, I mean, we have a rich future when it comes to agriculture. Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to us today. Right, so there are things we want to do. I want us to be very flexible. First of all, we have a gift for everyone. So don't leave. Don't leave. Your gift is going to remain here. So we have gifts for everyone. You're going to get a good gift so that you go home with it. That is number one. Number two, we're going to have a photo session right now. We're going to have photo session. Order, please. Yes, thank you so much. So we're going to have a photo session right here. We're going to move this so that we get the backdrop. We're going to have a photo session with the PS and the partners, the PS and the various speakers who've spoken here today, the PS with the Chinese visitors that we have as well. So after that, we're going to have the closing remarks. So please, don't leave. So we're going to start with the photo session. So I can get some men to come and help me move this so that at least we have a space right here. 2 men, please, so that we move this on the side. Anyone who wants to help can come and help, kindly. Yes, we'll move this to the other side. Oh, this side, just this side. Okay. Yeah. This side. Okay, so we're going to start with this first table. The PS and the gentleman, distinguished gentleman who has to take here, can come here, have the photo here. Yes. Yeah, let's come up here so that we can get the. Just. Yes. Okay, that is fine. Smile. It's a momentous occasion, it's a happy occasion. Let us smile. Oh. Okay, don't move. So the PS to remain, the PS can remain. Then we have the partners. Sorry. Be careful with the platform. So after the partners, we're going to have KNCCI as well coming forward. So smile, look at the camera, smile. Yes. KNCCI can also plan themselves. Okay, that is okay. That's fine. Everybody stomach. Everybody stomach. One, two, three, stomach. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just one more. KNCCI. Yes. Sorry, KNCCI. Yes, let's have the ladies as well. Yes. Okay. Alright, so after KNCCI, now the last one we're going to have the media to come and do the interview with the PS right here. Yes. Oh, with Tito. Yes. Media, you can come. So that we get Media? Let us have order. Excuse me. Let us have order. Please, we have an interview going on.
So what is the
Excuse me, order.
No. This is government. Go on. Government say what is government. They are not. So, are you ready? Yes. How are you? So, today here we
It is my great pleasure to officially open this 2023 Agri-Africa exhibition.
Control. That is why now we are seeing the private sector working hand in hand with the government is support farmers to make sure that if they invest heavily on farming, we also have what journey. We travel the whole journey from production to the market. Make sure that at the end of the system, farmers are remaining some money.
Coding system, and you can connect all of this in automation, and you can code on your phone. You don't need any employee with this work. You need only two employees to take care of all 20,000
I would like to take this opportunity to thank the organization which has led us here today. It's a great thing. It's actually noble taking. You have our full support of the government. Full support. Food security, not only in Kenya, but also in Africa.
Kwa majina naitwa Kibaya Sanzo kutoka Kilifi County, Msabaha. Tunafanya value addition ya coconut. Tunatengeneza coconut artifacts. Tumefunza vijana namna ya kuunda hizi bidhaa. Tunafunza ama tunahamasisha umuhimu, faida, matumizi ya mti wa mnazi. Tunatengeneza maua, tunatengeneza lampstand, picture frames, tunafanya interior decoration, pia kutengeneza viatu, tukitumia coconut fiber na zinapendeza, watu wanazipenda na tunashukuru na tunasaidiwa na Kenya Climate Innovation Center kutoka Kilifi Hub. So tunashukuru tu sana.
My name is Mujahid. I am from Turkey. My company is Comex Poultry Equipment. We are manufacturing poultry and turkey equipment system. We have automatic feeding line, automatic drinking system, automatic heating and ventilation and cooling system. And you can connect all of this in automation, and you can control even your phone. You don't need many employees with this work. You need only 2 employees to take care of all 20,000 children. We are manufacturing all this equipment in Turkey, and we attend this Agri-Africa Kenya. We are very happy for this. People are very interested about the products. We are planning to attend next year.
Hi, myself Yadu. I'm from Agri-Agro. We are a manufacturing company in India. It is supporting sustainable farming. So we will be introducing our new product in Kenya, which is coco peat. Coco peat is 100% organic natural fertilizer, which support the sustainable farming. It can absorb water and retain water for a longer time, which reduces your frequency of your irrigation, which in turn help you to make more money by saving a lot of water and a lot of. It was very nice. We never thought about such a great experience. We were not expecting so many people to come and inquire about this thing. Even though it is a new product, we had to educate the people about our product and how it is beneficial for you. Especially for a country like Kenya, where drought is very frequent. So our product is very
our life will explode. We have our gratefulness for giving us this chance to promote agricultural sector as after land, and encourages of export, job opportunity. 65% of our workforce ranges in agriculture. This takes to create an opportunity for it to promote its agricultural practice for our Kenyan brothers and sisters. As you have already witnessed here, a lot of people are coming to buy our leather products, shoe and others. And in general, I can say that this exhibition is very, very important for us. Since the organic economy is predominant agriculture economy, we hope that this expo will be and we are sure that we participating in this expo.
My name is Dennis Macharia. I am a farmer based in Kiambu County. My company grows mushrooms all over Kenya. We have been there for about 5 years. People need an alternative way of eating, especially most of us are used to meat. The Agri-Africa event has helped me to get into farmers. So right now, we are really encouraged by our traffic at the booth. They were able to sample some of our products, especially the mushroom burger, because they are used to the meat burger, which is much delicious. You don't find this in the supermarket. I think that the supermarkets should start selling this for their clients, and hopefully next year we shall have more mushroom farmers from all over Kenya.
Welcome everybody to us, the Agri-Farms that are here at the Agri-Africa show. We bring technologies that are currently not really used, are not really being used in Kenya or in East Africa. And we want to help farmers, especially commercial farmers, people who want to export or touch or penetrate the local market with better solutions that are currently available. We have experts for each and every segment. We bring the expertise from overseas to help the Kenyan and East African farmers. met with KICC many times. It's the first time that we're actually doing this, and it's very busy, and it's encouraging to see how many people are so interested in finding solutions.
I'm indeed honored to be part of this Agri-Africa exhibition that is taking place with their approach to our farming systems. The wider variety of content from local and international exhibitors make the exhibitions favorable. Culture industry there with the beautiful farmers, addressing information on various innovative technologies available and adaptable culture. Crops